Hi Libra, this is your May 8th through May 14th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll then do the X spread. After that, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And at the end, we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love. This week we have the Hierophant, we have the Queen of Swords clarified by the Lovers, we have the King of Wands clarified by the Two of Cups. In the potential outcome we have the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, and we have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We also have Taurus, Cancer, and Aquarius on the table. You know what, Libra, it's one of those times when the first 3 cards that came out would have been enough, would have been sufficient, would have been plenty for me to conclude that the two of you are going to be committing to each other. The first 3 cards that came out were the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Wands. That tells the whole story. It really does. I'm not over-exaggerating. We've got 2 court cards, the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands, and the very first card that came out, the Hierophant, is a card of a commitment to marriage. You know, that could have been enough. That's why I do spreads like this with very few cards, right? So yeah, the Queen of Swords, that would be you, right? Male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. And the King of Wands, that's the person you're dealing with. Also, male or female, doesn't matter. The King of Wands most likely is a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or somebody with a lot of fire in their chart. If they just happen to be not a fire sign, you know, they could be just somebody who is fired up, very passionate about you, somebody who could be a leader in the local community or something like that, right? And yeah, the Hierophant, the first card that came out, is a card of something traditional like a committed relationship or marriage. It's also a very, very spiritual card, okay? It's also a card of education, by the way. For some of you, that could be how you know this person. Right, and I just kept going just to see if we got any details as to how you're going to be meeting. And unfortunately, I still don't know how the two of you will be meeting. But here's what we do know. We still have a few more details, right? As I was clarifying the Queen of Swords, I asked how will Libra feel about what's going on, and the Lovers showed up. It's a card of a choice. It could be a Gemini you're dealing with, but most importantly, I believe, in my opinion, the Lovers is the best card when it comes to the actual love connection between two people. It's a card of a soulmate connection. It's a card of a twin flame connection, if you believe in twin flames. And the Lovers could simply be the love of your life card. Also, in my opinion, the only other card that comes close to the Lovers in terms of how do people feel towards one another when it comes to love is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is also here, and the Two of Cups is clarifying the King of Wands. It doesn't mean they feel less about this. No, this is just a confirmation, right? That, you know, you got both of those 2 cards on the table. One is clarifying you, the other one is clarifying them. You guys are on the same page. You guys definitely belong to each other. The universe is bringing the 2 of you together. And that's how you'll feel about one another. You will feel like this is it. Alright, the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is another confirmation. The Ace of Pentacles often comes through as a proposal. Together with the Hierophant card, that it could be. I don't think it's going to be a proposal this week. However, if this is somebody who is already in your life, you could be taken it to the next level this week. But since this is a new love reading, this will be an instant connection, instant chemistry. It could be love at first sight, and both of you will feel the same way towards one another, right? And the Ace of Pentacles is simply, you know, a card that usually talks about long term. It always comes from somebody who is ready to settle down, ready to start a family, ready to get serious. All right? And in the potential outcome, every single card in there is a major arcana card. Every single one of them is. The Chariot could be a Cancer, the Wheel of Fortune could be a Sag. The Star could be an Aquarius, but you know, all of them together is just amazing. You know, the Chariot is a card of moving forward, not looking back. It's a card of victory, success, triumph. The 2 of you could travel the world together, or just go somewhere, or you may relocate, so the 2 of you could be together. right? You could, when the two of you decide to move in together, you could relocate to another neighborhood, another city, another state. The Wheel of Fortune in the middle, another travel card, but the Wheel of Fortune is always good news in my spreads. This is the start of a new cycle, a very fortunate new cycle. And the Star, if it's not an Aquarius you're dealing with, then the Star is a card of a wish come true. Something people usually wish for or hope for a very long time. So you have found the one, you have found your second half, you know. Just keep in mind that, you know, two whole people make another whole. All right, and that's what's happening here. This is just amazing, Libra. I'm not even gonna bother with an extended. Really happy for you. Congratulations. Libra, if you are already married, or if you're in a relationship, to spread this for you. We have the Page of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, we have Justice, clarified by the Two of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You've got some kind of an offer coming your way, or it could be just one of them, or an invitation, or one of you could think of something new, something exciting, and I think then you'll have to make a decision as to how you want to handle this, if this is something you want to do. All right, but you definitely have a decision to make, and you're definitely in charge of making the decisions. You're definitely the one calling the shots. All right, because we have Justice right there closer to the deck, and that is your major arcana card, Libra. In case you didn't know, that's your major arcana card, and it's the only major arcana card on the table. You're clarified by the Two of Swords, which is a card of a crossroads. Right, to the left from Justice, we have the Six of Pentacles. That card could also be interpreted as a card of a choice. And all of this has to do with the Page of Wands. That actually was the first card. Right, it could be somebody reaching out to you, or perhaps to both of you as a couple or as a family. Right, it could be a child. If you have children, perhaps it has something to do with kids, and you have to make a decision. Right. Yeah, it's most likely an invitation, or perhaps another couple wants to do something with you over the weekend or at some point in the future. Something like that. I don't see it as anything negative or bad. No. The Page of Wands is usually very light-hearted energy. Okay? And with the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck, this is a card of somebody who made up their mind, somebody who made a decision. So yeah, I think eventually you will figure this one out. Eventually you will call this shot. One other thing I can tell you is that it's not going to be something where you'll have to make a decision right there on the spot. I think you will have some time to think about it. Alright? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Libra. This week, keep in mind it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. Also, keep in mind we're still in Mercury retrograde. This is when more exes than usual tend to resurface. We have the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Swords. We have the High Priestess, the Star, and Judgment on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Pisces or an Aquarius. Pretty much any zodiac sign. Something a bit mysterious or secretive is about this, unless you're dealing with a Pisces. The High Priestess in the middle could be a card of your intuition, could be a Pisces, but I think it's kind of a secret. It could be a surprise, all right, or mystery, some kind of a mystery about this. So you got this Page of Pentacles, the first card that came out, right? And it could be something tangible, something you can touch. So they may send you something, and you don't know what it is. All of a sudden, there's a delivery and it's a box or it's an envelope, I don't know. Right? But the thing about the Page of Pentacles, it could be tickets to a show, tickets to a concert or something like that. So perhaps that's one of their ways to kind of remind you of the good times the two of you used to have together. Perhaps your favorite band is in town and that's what the tickets are for, or something like that. Right? The Six of Swords, clarifying the Page of Pentacles. In general, this is a very positive card. The Six of Swords always talks about things getting better. It's an improvement card, right? It's also a card of going somewhere. Okay, Judgment on the bottom of the deck, all the way to your right. This is a card of somebody coming back from the past. So yes, this card is very appropriate for this reading, and it's on the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck sometimes is considered to be what you don't see coming, right? So, and that goes in line with the High Priestess, which is again a card of something unknown, like a secret. The Star right next to the deck could be an Aquarius. You're dealing with the Star is a card of a wish come true. Perhaps when the two of you were together, you always wanted to go to this show or concert or a game or what have you. but you never did, and this time they will get those tickets or something like that. Or it could be an invitation to go to a restaurant you always wanted to try out. Perhaps both of you are foodies. But the star is also a card of healing, right? One of the interpretations of the star card is a healing. All right, so I don't know how you're going to be handling this. Perhaps go see what they have prepared for you and then make a decision based on that. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Libra, this week. We have the Eight of Swords, we have the Magician, clarified by the Queen of Swords, we have the Sun, we have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Gemini in particular, or a Leo. This will most likely apply to you, Libra, if you're currently stuck in some kind of a situation, or you're thinking, overthinking, or that's the way you're going to be feeling at some point during the week, right? The Eight of Swords, the first card that came out, that's exactly what I just described. Somebody who is stuck, trapped, somebody who can't move forward, somebody who is trying to solve a puzzle, somebody who is a little bit stressed out. All right, and here comes the Magician, clarified by the Queen of Swords. So here's the deal about those two cards. The Magician is a card of a Gemini or a Virgo, right? And the Queen of Swords, clarifying the Magician, is an air sign in general. So you could be dealing with a Gemini who will help you out. Or I tend to think that the Queen of Swords is actually you, and you're embracing the energy of the Magician. Okay? The Magician is the one who thinks outside the box. The Magician's got all the tools they have at their disposal, and they're using those tools. So what I think that what the universe is trying to say is, think of a different way, think of a new way, of a creative way to solve this problem, to solve this riddle, to solve this puzzle, to see the way out. And that's what the key is, to get you out of that Eight of Swords energy. Think of a new way, a creative way, a different way nobody ever thought of before. I know it's easier said than done, but that's what I think is happening. Right, then we have the Sun right next to the deck. Could be a Leo you're dealing with, but I think that's you, very happy after you have figured this one out, right? And the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck is also a card of a wish come true, or personal satisfaction and fulfillment. Right, the person in the Nine of Cups is satisfied and happy, if you ask me. Right, so yeah, that's what I think is happening. Think of a different approach, right? And that's what the solution is. All right, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Libra. We have the Tower, clarified by the King of Pentacles. We have Justice, clarified by the Seven of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. What you're not expecting is you having to defend yourself against this King of Pentacles, or you will have to stand your ground against this person all of a sudden. Okay, yeah, the Tower, the first card that came out in this case, this is something that happens very, very unexpectedly. And the King of Pentacles, clarifying the Tower, is the person you're going to be dealing with. So it could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or somebody with Earth in their chart, or if this is a work-related situation or business-related situation, it could be a competitor, right? It could be a competitor from another company or somebody you work with, right? Speaking of work, the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This card could be a card of workplace environment or business place environment, or for some of you, it's a card of still a group of people doing something together, collaborating, right? It could be friends, it could be somebody else, but that's how you'll know. You most likely already know this person, right? And it has something to do with the group of people doing something together. Okay, that's how you know this King of Pentacles. And we have Justice right next to the Tower, which is your major arcana card, right? And it's always a good sign to have your own major arcana card in your own reading. And as I was clarifying Justice, I simply asked, what does Libra need to do about this? And yeah, fight for it. The Seven of Wands, clarifying Justice, is a card of somebody who is on active defense. It's not somebody who is just sitting and waiting, right? Perhaps you can take some necessary, proactive actions, right? Something you may do in advance. But the Seven of Wands is a card of somebody who's on defense, somebody who doesn't cave in. This is a card of somebody who is defending their position, defending their idea, defending their way of doing things. Okay? So yeah, don't give up, don't just cave in, don't capitulate, fight for it. Not literally. I hope there isn't going to be any fist fights. But yeah, stand your ground. The Ten of Wands clarified by the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but I think you will succeed. I think with the Ten of Swords, this is you shutting them down. The Ten of Wands is a card of a burden, so yes, it's something you will have to, struggle with a little bit, but I think you'll be able to succeed and fight this off. With the Ten of Swords, be very decisive. All right? So yeah, that's one interesting, unexpected spread. But I'm glad this came out, so now you can prepare for it. If this is for you, then you already know what I'm talking about. All right? So yeah, that's what I have for you. Libra, for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Libra, have an amazing week.